a new little project for my 1840's project. I decided that, of course, Miss Piggy, or Emily Cratchit, needs a cap. So I looked online and I found this pattern on Etsy. It's the Agnes cap. It's from Mimic of Modes. And I originally was planning on making this out of organdy, cotton organdy, because I thought that I had plenty. And I do have a lot. However, it's just strips and none of them are wide enough for the cap. So I'm going a different direction and I'm going to use some fabric that is left over from my Edwardian summer dress. And it's pretty and I think it will make a nice cap. So I am about to cut it out. I've already cut the pattern out. And also, though, I don't have enough of this fabric to do the ruffle around. However, I do have a few different types of lace. I also have some gathered eyelet. So I may just use one of those. We shall see. So off we go. The body of this cap is one piece, plus whatever you choose to use for the ruffle. Hercules and Thor helped me peruse the instructions before I started sewing. Simple project, right? I am a little confused. So now this pattern, I'm sure, is perfectly fine. However, it doesn't have any photo references. It just has the instructions. And so this is the cap. This is on the fold. And it says to sew the vertical seam up back of head, right side to right side. So that's this. Okay. So I just don't know which. I guess I'll sew that seam and see where I am after that. So I just realized that I sewed the wrong seam, which I just trimmed as well. So have to do this with a narrow hem, but luckily I have a new seam ripper. Yay. So off we go. Knew I was doing something wrong. I pinned the correct seam this time. I was still a bit confused, so Hercules and I looked for photos of the finished cap to make sure I was, in fact, assembling it correctly. I was! I sewed and trimmed the seam with pinking shears rather than felling the seam, because I'm lazy. Now to gather the back of the cap. My thread broke, so I gathered it by hand. The gathered back is pinned to the seam right sides together and sewn, and I also zigzag the raw edges. A quick check, and my husband says I look like a cone head, but so does the reference photo, so I think I'm good. My next step was hemming the cap. I folded and pinned a narrow hem and sewed it on the machine. Then I tested out ruffle options. I decided on narrow gathered lace, and I got to work pinning it on. All right, I've got the lace all pinned on, and I think I'm just gonna sew the lace on by hand, and then it's done. This was super easy. Now you could go as, I suppose, elaborate as you want. You could add a lot of lace. You could have big ruffles. Now, Miss Piggy does have some rather substantial ruffles on her cap. But, I don't know. I was thinking of taking some of this wider lace that I have and gathering it down and doing like a wider ruffle. Oh, I don't know. I think it will look good, but it's extra work. But I don't know. I could do both. I could do the smaller lace. Just doesn't scream Miss Piggy to me with the smaller lace, but does seem more Mrs. Cratchit, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to think about that before I commit to sewing this lace on. I will think whether I want to use some of this wider lace. We'll see. Of course, Miss Piggy won out and insisted on extra lacy goodness. I sandwiched the larger gathered lace between the cap hem and the small lace. I also forgot to show that I used twill tape for ties. They're just sewn into the bottom hem at the corners. I used a whip stitch to secure the lace to the hem. Finally, I hemmed the cut edges of the lace and it was finished. Overall, I am pleased with this cap. The shape is a bit strange. I think it would work really well under a hat, but the shape at the back is a little odd on its own. Miss Piggy would definitely appreciate the more robust lace, I think, and I'm very happy I added it. As promised, I am donating the amount I've earned from my Harry Potter content to Southerners on New Ground. So first, we're going to check the lifetime total earned from each video, and I'm starting with my evening cape. I had stopped using any Potter-related terms or titles, but I wanted to put this video in the mix as well. So you want to go to the Revenue tab, and this video has made $7.44 since it was published. The next video has made $7.47. And then the next one, $10.99. Chris's Halloween costume from last year has made $3.34. And my Halloween costume from last year has made $21.02. Finally, my first video in this series from before I was monetized has made $6.99. Adding the totals together, we get $57.25. I'm doubling it, so the donation amount is $114.15. I went to the Southerners on New Ground website and clicked donate. I'm doing a one-time donation, and I will do the same next year as well, and probably every year from now on. Skipping over the personal and financial info. Then OBS started recording on a small screen. I think I hit some hotkeys when I was typing in my info. But anyway, it went through, and I got the confirmation email, so yay! I'm so happy to have supported this charity, and I want to thank you, my lovely YouTube friends, for taking the time to make me better aware of the impact of these videos.